this morning we are expecting Linokuhle Manjati, together with his wife, to appear in court. Now, they are accused of playing an instrumental role in assisting the alleged hitmen, Mthobisi Khanyile and Mthobisi Dlamini Zondo. And that was during the time when Sakela Buhlungu's bodyguard was gunned down outside of his home in Alice. And what we also understand, Tumelo, is that the two who are appearing this morning in court have been people that the state says they have a lot of evidence of telephone conversations as well as money transferred to these alleged hitmen. So what we also know is that the total now of suspects that have been appearing in court will be eight people implicated in the assassination attempts and murders of Fort Hare University staff.
Now also, let's talk about so far, Ronald, the suspects that have also appeared in court and what their legal representatives have had to say so far regarding their alleged involvement or not.
So the concerns are, Tumelo, that since these suspects have appeared, first of all, the defense attorneys have been complaining about police brutality that they had endured while in custody, and also just how long this matter has now been dragging on. But so far, with 7 people who have already appeared in court, we are expecting 2 still applying for bail, but the 5 others, 3 have lost their bail application, while 2 others have abandoned bail. So this case will continue for a very, very long time. It is expected, as there's a lot of evidence that we are expecting to come forward. In fact, even Linokuhle Manjati, we also heard during some of the court appearances, there was a recording where he allegedly confessed to being behind this horrific crimes that have taken place, and that he was asking the people who apprehended him to spare his wife, saying that the wife did nothing wrong. So we are sooner to hearing more as to what role the wife and Linokuhle Manjati had played since these events have unfolded. We've been hearing about a hit list of people like Sakela Buhlungu, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Fort Hare, 5 million rand placed on his head, and several others. So we know that 2 people have since died. That's the bodyguard of Sakela Buhlungu, as well as Petrus Roots, a fleet manager who was gunned down outside of his London home last year.
And we know that all of this emanating from an investigation that Sakela Buhlungu had been leading out of the university regarding, maladministration, amongst other things. Perhaps bring us that context once again, colleague, in terms of what exactly was the Vice-Chancellor probing at the university?
So there's been widespread corruption at the University of Fort Hare, and that was before Sakela Buhlungu became a Vice-Chancellor, and that was back in 2017. And he says that it was so widespread that a lot of people that were benefiting from it, they were the ones behind the death threats, and then from the death threats there have been attempts on people's lives, as well as Sakela Buhlungu, who they tried to kill at his home in Tikeni. But other staff members have been threatened, people saying that they mustn't come forward with information. But we're also learning, Tumelo, from reliable sources, that another suspect that was supposed to be here in court, someone who was seen as one of the masterminds behind the attacks, he has since been killed. So we are sooner to getting more details as to how this person was sort of important into this whole investigation. So we are hoping to hear more from the police about that particular murder.
All right, we'll leave it there, colleague Ronald Masinda, out for us in court. This way we're, of course, expecting to hear more revelations as to what exactly happened. Who are the masterminds? Who are the suspects? What's the alleged involvement in some of the murders we've seen from some of the University of Fort Hare's employees, as well as the bodyguards of the Vice-Chancellor, Sakela Buhlungu. This as he was probing corruption, widespread corruption and maladministration out in the university. But Ronald, with more developments for us, and we'll cross to him as soon as there's more from court.